when they were in this government have formed. So what are the examples that we have in the legislation before us about where the government is actually trying to cut wages? First of all, the changes to the boot. It's called the Better Off Overall test for a reason. When you negotiate an agreement in good faith, that agreement must not undercut or be lower than the minimum award rate. It's as simple as that. And if you pause the boot, if you scrap the boot, if you weaken the boot or give an employer the opportunity to opt out of that minimum floor, guess what? That means you are cutting wages. This proposal by this government is so radical, it actually goes further than what the previous coalition government did with work choices. It actually says that you don't have to pay, you don't have to compensate in any way, you can just do it. If you can demonstrate, if you can claim that you were somehow affected by the pandemic. And can I remind the government again that you've got one person off your front bench saying that everything is good, let's get back to work. Conditions are well, business is booming. The Treasurer. That's why we can scrap JobKeeper and JobSeeker, forcing JobSeeker people back to the New Start rate. But then on the other hand saying businesses are doing it so tough, they should be allowed to lower wages below the minimum standard. That's pay cut example number one. Pay cut example number two. And this came as a surprise to a lot of workers who are on the ward. So not only do they want to force you to work below the award if you're on an agreement, they also want to see your wages cut in modern awards if you pick up extra work. Now, flexible part-time is something that is negotiated. Voluntary overtime, that is something that is negotiated, and it is in a lot of agreements. However, these agreements are negotiated in good faith between employers and employees, and in these cases the workers are on higher wages. They bargain up. But what this proposal does is a bargain down. It allows employers to offer extra shifts to their existing workers who are part-time for the same rate, not for the overtime rate, for the same ordinary rate. But there's no compensation, there's no ability for these workers to get extra. What is being proposed by this government is a straight-out pay cut. And they've done it before. Let's not forget the pay cuts to penalty rates that occurred under this government. They are straight cut to the award, where we saw workers in hospitality and other industries lose money. Those pay cuts mean that those workers today are earning less than they did for doing the exact same work. Let's not forget also too